Plaintiff Joanne Kaur says the defendants are the biological parents of her two adopted daughters, one of whom is in court with Joanne today. Joanne claims the defendant was a heroin addict who was in and out of jail for prostitution, and that's why she lost custody of her girls. Joanne suing the defendant for breach of contract. Defendants Bobby Newman and her husband Israel Rivera admit that she was a heroin addict, and as a result of her addiction, she couldn't afford to raise her children. Bobby claims the children Joanne adopted are jealous because she and Israel had two other children whom they fought to regain custody of, and they deny owing Joanne for anything.
Start with you.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a person who believes in always giving people another chance. And I'm a person that believes when people in need are put into your way, that's an opportunity to help them. But at the same time, helping can mean holding people accountable. And this is the defendant's chance to give back a little bit for what they have received.
Where have you known them from?
They are actually the biological parents of two of my adopted daughters, Leslie here and her younger sister Jessica. They were in foster care for about a year and they came to us. And about 1995 we adopted them. At the time Israel was in Puerto Rico and Bobby was not able to care for the children. I understood from the agency that she had a heroin addiction and had been in and out of jail for prostitution. At one point, we did get in contact with each other when she was in prison in downstate Illinois.
How did that happen?
I had been open all the time to contact because I wanted to have an open adoption where the children will be able to know where they came from and be aware of the reality of the situation.
Okay.
So at that point, we saw each other off and on while the kids were little, and I helped Bobby out by loaning her money and, for example, paying on her commissary account when she was in jail and giving her the use of a car, and Israel as well when he returned from Puerto Rico.
You never sent me money when I was in prison.
Yes, I believe
No,
I did.
that's kind of jail.
Yes, I did, but I'm not suing for that. I'm suing for
Okay, let me allow her to give some background and before we get to the breach of contract. Ma'am?
Yes, I know Joanne Kaur because she adopted my two daughters. Because I was on heroin, I couldn't afford to take care of them, and I didn't want them to live the lifestyle. So yes, I just signed my rights up. But I've been clean 3 years now, and I'm on house arrest. I did 2 years, and I got a year to do because of the things I did in the past. For her to sue me saying I owe her $4,000, that's not true.
Okay, we're going to get to that. Sir, did you want to give me any background?
Well, I know her from 1998. We be having good relation, and she being a good person in my life, and I'm grateful what she did for me too, for my daughters.
Good. And the only thing you're doing today, ma'am, is contesting a little commissary money.
No. I mean, I'm happy she took care of the kids, but I don't want no contact with them.
You do not?
I don't. It's a problem with me and my daughter, Leslie.
Why?
It's a problem.
What's the problem?
The problem is her and my other daughter is jealous because the two kids I have.
Because what?
I have two other kids, and I fought for them.
You deserve to have them taken away. We're not jealous because of that.
Shut up. I fought for them. I fought for them, and I got my life together, and I got them back. I didn't do it for her.
Why?
Because I was young. I was a teenager, and I wanted to get high.
You say that she and her sister, the witness and her sister, are jealous of the other two because you kept them in your custody?
Yes.
What is their life like?
Their life right now is really good. I mean, I'm sober and clean.
Growing up, what was their life like?
Growing up, good. Besides, when I went to jail, my kids got taken. But when I got out of jail, I did everything for them to get them back.
When did you get out of jail?
I got out of jail in 2013. But I mean, when I first had my son, his life was good.
And weren't you a dope fiend?
I was dope fiend real bad when I had her. I wanted to give them away. I didn't want to make their life miserable when I was getting high.
Well, don't act like you did such a good job and then talk down to your daughter here, who you were incapable of caring for because of your heroin addiction. And thank God the plaintiff was there. So I don't know what you need to stop all that. I'm not even getting mad with you because you're beyond getting mad with. A lot of folks I'd tell off, but you just beyond that. You just sound like him. He sounds pretty decent, but that just means he owes. He knows how to talk. When you're in trouble, he knows that. Your Honor, you did wrong. She's a good lady. That's how you talk when you're wrong. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, yeah. See, even he agrees. Go ahead, ma'am. And how do they owe you $4,000?
Yes. In December of '07, my husband had passed away and I had a condominium that I was not using. They asked if they could purchase the condominium on a contract because they did not have the wherewithal to get a mortgage at that time, and I agreed. My lawyer wrote up a contract that they should pay about $1,000 a month on the contract and then until they were able to get a mortgage. I have the contract right here, and it says the purchase price, the installments, and my rights if the installments are not
See
paid.
it, please.
Yes.
And obviously they've paid nothing?
They paid nothing. They moved in January of '08 and moved out in May of '08 and paid nothing.
Okay. What do you all say to this?
I mean, she told us after we moved in that we had moved out in '07 because my daughter was moving in. We moved out, then she came back in '07 and asked if we could move in. She was receiving $350 a month from January to May. She did receive it because we had the proof, but when we both went to jail, everything of ours got lost.
Ma'am, you say they never paid anything?
No, nothing.
Why do you think she's lying?
She did receive the checks from my church for the rent.
From
for the
your church?
Yes.
Why do you think she's making this up then? Now you think about it and you tell me. I'm not going to even say. You tell me, who should I believe, her or you? You see what I'm saying? Now I might, I definitely don't believe you. You're bad. You came in acting way too remorseful. You ain't gonna change up on me, are you? What you want to say, sir?
She was receiving $350, but we tried to get proof for that this couple of weeks ago, but the church.
How long did she receive?
For all the time they was living in there, she was getting a check for $350.
All the time, as in how long?
5 months, right?
For 5 months?
I think, if I'm not wrong.
Why do you think she's making this up?
I don't know. I don't know.
Could it be that you all are mistaken?
I mean, I was there when the church made the agreement to pay the $350, and we don't got the proof because they said that it was so long they didn't got the proof no more.
So even if I were to believe you, you would still owe. Ma'am, wouldn't you still owe?
So,
all right, now you're getting halfway honest, because when I pitch your honesty against her honesty, she wins.
I would not say Joanne is not a bad woman. She is not. She's not.
Ma'am, you never received anything from the church?
No, I did not. No, I didn't.
What church?
Epiphany Church. It's in Chicago, Illinois. We got married there.
When was the last time you've been in touch with them?
I was just in touch with the pastor yesterday.
What's the pastor's name?
Kevin.
give him the last name.
Father Kevin.
I don't know his last name. It's Kevin, because he's a new pastor. He wasn't the pastor when we was there, when we was going to that church.
All right. spell the church for me here. We're gonna call Pastor Kevin. He's right here. He's right here in Chicago.
What is it? It pissed me.
What's it called?
It pissed me. I don't know how you spell
I cannot
it.
even
I can give you
understand what
his
you're
number,
saying.
773.
Okay, good.
Oh, we got the number.
Better.
All right, now, man, if she talked to her pastor as of yesterday, we may have to give her a break. You got your cell phone on you?
Yeah.
How often do you talk to him or go to church?
We live in Logansport, Indiana now. We don't live
So
here
what you
now.
call him yesterday? To lie for you?
No.
What'd you call him for?
Because he told me to call him and see if he could get the proof showing that
Okay.
the church was paying her.
All right, so you earnestly were trying to get the proof?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, and if she was earnest in trying to get it and calling this pastor, I'm inclined to believe her. Is this a number, a valid number?
Yes,
at
it
least?
is.
Let's see. The number you dialed is not a working number.
You can call the church and the church will give you the pastor's number.
We just called that
Okay.
number, ma'am. Ma'am, I want you to tell me, have you met anybody slicker than a drug addict?
No.
So you almost had me slick, didn't you?
No.
Yes. 4,000 to you, man. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I'm sorry it had to come to this, and I thank you for being here. All right?
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
Sorry, Joanne. I mean, to me, you're a good woman.
Well, I'm no saint, but I tried my best, and you had this opportunity to make things a little bit right,
Yeah.
and that's what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.